What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to be doing Kawaki from Boruto. I did the manga version of Kawaki a while ago now, probably about a year and a half ago maybe. But this is the anime version because the anime is finally catching up. So it's from that really well animated episode. I couldn't tell you what number, but whoever those animators were, they were really good. And now it's just for this episode as well that the animation was really good. So they obviously hired in really good animators. So anyway, it was pretty epic. The animation, it was very smooth. The fights were great. You should check it out. It's the episode where Kawaki, even if you don't like Boruto, I think it's like, I'll find the number. I'll just say, if you're a fan of animation, just in general. So I think it's episode 189. I'm not sure, but that seems to be the number that's on it. So anyway, never mind, let's talk. Pencil and eraser. So center point of my page about here, it says where his nose is going to be. I'm going to go up, just over to the right hand side a little bit. We're going to start with his eyes. So he's real slender eyes, right? We go diagonal first. And then we bring it across, like so. Hook it down like that. So in Boruto, the eyes are kind of done a bit differently, right? So there's this eyelash line and then there's another line inside. So it comes down, across and over. Right, so we got this like extra line here. Like so. So then you can thicken up the top eyelid line a little bit. Just to sort of make it stand out a little bit more. That, and then his iris is a half circle. Just there, and his pupil. Just a half circle just there. Okay. So now measure the width of his eye, and that's how far you come over to start the next one. Right. So the width of his eye can fit inside here, right? So then you go for it. So, and then again, we got this kind of hook coming down here. And if you want to thicken up the eyelid, and then again, we'll go down, around, up to there. And then his iris. And pupil. Right, so his eyebrow. So just inside his eye. See, we start here just with this kind of tick, sort of going this way. Okay. I'm going to thicken up this end. Like so. And then we can do the same thing kind of on the other side. Tick, and then thicken up this end. Like so. And then we give him an eyelid line just in here. so, and an eyelid line. Here. Kawaki has some lines on his face just on the inside of his nose. Just there. And maybe some like stress lines just around his eyes. If you want. Like that. So, very thin, very particular sort of eyes. Of course, on this eyebrow as well, we have piercings. It's 2 of them. So, like this sort of stuff. Just there. Right, so I know he has marks on his face, but we'll do his nose first. Just here. And his mouth. So starting just underneath the corner of his eye. Go up, down, across, and down. Like so. And then his top lip. Just here. And the bottom lip. Like so. And then his chin, just here, like so. Right, so then you can check his proportions. So eyes to nose is about the same as nose to chin. See this? Eyes to nose, same as nose to chin. And then nose to bottom lip, about the same as bottom lip to chin. Okay, so they're your proportions for your human face. So once you get that, then you can do his jaw. So we go up the side. Here, and you want to stop just like underneath the corner of his eye and maybe like mouth level, nearly top lip level maybe. You go up the other side, so you're stopping just underneath the edge of his eye. That's where you turn and go up the side of his face. Like so. Right, so then here we got like hairlines and ears, right? So ears are just kind of start at the eyebrow level, come out, down, like that. Very thin sort of character. So the ears are thin as well. Comes out like so, down to there. And then we got like bones and ligaments inside. So like lines like so. Up to here. And there, to there, earring, and more inside here. And there as well. Right, so then we got like a hairline just coming up. Just in there, same thing kind of on this side, like so, zigzag sort of lines, and then he's got side of his head coming up here, side of his head coming up there, and then he's got long hair and a fringe, right? So spiking coming down to here, like so, smaller line. There, and then this comes like down the middle of his face, like that, and then line there, down like so, there, and to the earring, back up. The eyebrow ring, and then off there, up here, and then some that come down this side then as well. So he's got like some dots and dashes just for sort of shaved hair marks. Just there. And then the rest of his hair coming up. Right, so I would say like eyes to, how high up do we want to bring it? We're probably right up here, right? So yeah, so I'd say eyebrow to chin. You want to go up. That's probably where the top of his head is, right? So eyebrows to chin is about the same as eyebrows to like the top of his skull. So his skull's in here, but we have hair a bit up from it, right? So you want to go at least that high. So that's the top of his head. Same distance as eyebrows to chin. And then you go up a little bit more. So just so you don't make his head too small, that's all. So you want to go up at least this distance. Right, so. Hair splice thing coming down. And then more coming across this way. And then we have some texture lines in the center of his head coming around here. Like so. Right, so Kawaki also has marks coming along his face, like his power, his Jugan, I think it's called. And then we will add that. So around his eye then. So we go trace around his eye basically. With the black line. And then it kind of comes down. Actually, it's all one piece, so if you sketch around his eye, you could erase this line, and I think I will. Because it's all one piece. So there should be just a gap there, so I got rid of that line. So then we'll bring this up around the back. This goes in underneath his eyebrow, just there. And then it comes out over here. Like so. And then we have another line or spike growing into his face up here. Like so. And he does have like some scratch marks and stuff on his face. You can add them if you want, or not. So his neck. So what we can see of his neck anyway, because he's got a big jacket on, curves down this way, curves down like into here. So this is mostly like his big jacket that he has on. So that goes the whole way down. His jacket on this side goes down like so. And then we can see a neck muscle here and a neck muscle line here. So this is like jacket here. So we got like a t-shirt then. There. Comes from there. And we've got a diamond right in the middle. Like so. And I think his neck, so this is like, yeah, so we got like collarbone. I'll show you now in a second what I'm talking about. Collarbone there, and then I think a line, more sort of black line, so his neck goes up a bit closer to his jawbone just there. And this is like a black liner tattoo, the Jugan power coming up his body. And then spike coming up underneath his chin. Like so. And then another one here. Like so. And then he's got a big jacket and a big collar. This comes out. And like so. Now off to there. And the other side. Same thing again. Like that. Circles, edge line maybe. Like so. Like that. And then his shoulders. So it just comes out like so. Turn around. And he's got like a sleeveless top. So it curves around here. His shoulder kind of comes out that way. And maybe like full line just there. And same thing on the other side. Down. Sleeveless top. Full line or something there. And I think that that is everything. How to draw Kawaki from Boruto. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.